the strike has been going on 5 months now, and there is no end in sight. And although there is a lot of sympathy for the writers, there are a lot of other people who are losing their livelihoods, their homes, can't feed their families.
Who are not part of the union.
Who are not part of that union.
Other crew members who work on the show.
Which was one of the big things he said.
Well, I mean, I think his whole job is to try to make contrarianism look smart, and he is as successful or not as people think he is. But I am a dad of 2 kids, married, living in a 2-bedroom tiny apartment in New York City, and I have had to pay rent without income for 5 months. I don't think Bill Maher has any kind of economic pressure like I have, and I have not seen him pay his crews, give his crews money, take care of their rent, take care of their groceries. But the Writers Guild, along with SAG and with IATSE and the Teamsters, are doing grocery delivery drop-offs, giving out grocery cards. Showrunners collected $40,000 of grocery gift cards last week to hand out to not just writers or actors, anyone affected by the strike. We are helping people get on unemployment, helping people get on COBRA, helping people make those ends meet, because we understand that this is painful. Not only will we be there for IATSE and the Teamsters and everybody else when their contracts are up, we are helping right now to give them material help to get through this strike. I would love to see Bill or any of the studios step up and meet us there. How long can a studios afford to not make their only product? How long can Netflix not make the only thing they make, movies and TV shows? How long can a network go when people turn on that schedule and there's nothing on at 8 and 9 and 10 o'clock? When that is their business, I don't know how long they can go doing that. If I was a donut shop and I stopped making donuts, pretty soon I'm not going to be a shop at all.
But here's the thing about that, and that's a really interesting argument, that the donut shop may have more resources than the guy who works at the donut shop. And so when you look at the studio, they at least have the funds to stay afloat, even if they're not doing well. But the attrition with the workers and the writers is hitting them harder.
Right.
Yeah, and in the history of labor, I think that's why you have to unionize, because alone, none of us would have survived this long. But you have things like, Steven Spielberg donating $1.5 million to the fund last week, because the people at the top of this industry that are artists are helping the people at the bottom get through, helping us survive that attrition. And I think that will continue happening because the AMPTP and these studios have done such a bad job, especially since the streamers came in. Netflix comes into the AMPTP. IATSE has a deal that barely passes. Now there's 2 strikes. Streaming integrating itself into this deal making has been a failure, and it's frustrating that to us as much as it is to everybody else that we can't get a deal. But if we don't get one, I'll tell you what I hear on the line all the time from young writers is, if we don't get a deal, I'm not going to be writing TV in 5 years anyway. It's going to be freelanced. It's going to be AI. It's going to be these tiny rooms, and I won't have a job. So if the alternative is not getting to make TV or movies, not to express my tastes, then why wouldn't I fight to the end?